Man, I'm tired. I'm not even a fan of this team. I'm tired. I mean, this is just a mess. This is a mess to watch this team. Girona 2, Barcelona 1. And, I could go into the tactical analysis of this game and, you could say, arguably, Barcelona and Hansi Flick coached a good game. But at the end of the day, results like this come too often now for Barca. And everybody sees it. And I'm tired. You're tired. If you're a cooler, I know you're tired. I'm not a cooler, and I'm tired. I'm a football fan who's turning on a game, just to watch. And I'm like, damn, are we still doing this? When will you learn? When will you learn, old man? You know what I mean? Not that he's old, but you get what I'm saying, right? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? That's what Hansi Flick is acting like. Okay. Now, to his credit, like I said, he coached a good game. He probably coached a win today in some senses. Barcelona created hella chances. Lamine Yamal had obviously that penalty miss and then that one chip on the keeper, which he really should have been scoring there. So that's two goals off the table. You probably should have back, and you win this game 3-2, right? But then if we're going hypotheticals, Girona should have scored five, but you somehow have lucked into buying the best young goalkeeper in the world by far, I think. I guess Donnarumma was 26, so I don't know if that's young still, but the best young keeper in Joan Garcia. I mean, this guy kept Barcelona in the game, has kept Barcelona in games all season. But yeah, I'm tired, man. That's all I can think of. It's like, man, the same old story with y'all. The same old story. This is what it is, man. All right, I think back to last year, and people were like, let's like this time last year, people were kind of saying, "Oh, that high line's a little bit shaky," but Barcelona was scoring so much, nobody cared. You know what I mean? And then you're drawing a guy like Mbappe off sides like six, seven, 8 times. It's like, all right, bro, your idea definitely works, you know. And then the interleg happened, and it's like, okay, well, if you want to make it to the big leagues, if you want to get to the big trophies, you might have to tweak that high line. You go into this season and you're thinking, yeah, they'll probably tweak that a little bit. Nope, nope. You saw it in every big game. Uh, PSG, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid. Now Girona. Not even a big game. This is a regular league game you usually win. But this high line is nonsense. It's nonsense. And it's not just a high line. I think when you have a high line, right, it completely affects the rest of the team. It's a domino effect, right? You can't have a high line with constant pressure on the ball. And you're asking, not that they can't press, but you're asking more out of your attackers right now to press more and to in your midfield to press more and to press tighter and be more intense in their man to man defending. It takes more out of people. It takes more out of players. And the lack of press is it's just you saw today the pressing from Barcelona was so inconsistent, and guys are getting there late, and if you're getting there late on the ball, there's no pressure on the ball, and you're gonna hold a high line, it's suicide. Let's just call it what it is. You're the guy who has the ball has all this time now to pick out the perfect pass, and boom, they're in your box. It's not a struggle to get to Barcelona's box anymore. This is like walking through the park. It's a stroll through the park. You know what I mean? It's like swimming. It's like an ocean wide door. Like just come in. They're letting everybody in. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, man. It's tiring. Uh, it's I don't know what they're doing over there. Like, what are they doing over there? I just have so many questions. I'm like befuddled at how the problem has been so apparent and so fixable. This is the crazy part. The problem is fixable. Like, is Barcelona that much less of an attacking team, Hansi Flick? Does Barcelona become a worse team, Hansi Flick, if you drop the line, if you play rest defense, if you play a mid block? Does Barcelona become that much worse of a team? You know what I mean? Is Barcelona, is your squad not adaptable? Is not so so strict? Is it not malleable enough for you to be like, hey, guys, let's chill on the press this game. You know what I mean? Let's take it back. Let's tweak some things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what good coaches do. That's what good coaches do, man. And we can get into this game a bit. Well, really, it's not about this singular game. Like this is one chapter in the book of what's wrong with Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? This is just one simple infraction. It's the same thing. You can point to this. This example has shown up in many other games, but like if I just don't know. I just don't know what else to do if you're a Barcelona fan. Like this guy's not gonna drop his line, and it sucks. Like they're just gonna have to deal with this, I guess, until they sack him. And then you can't sack a guy who's getting you over like 100 goals a season. Like this is it's between a rock and a hard place because and it's so high risk, high reward because when this works, they're one of the best teams in the world, and when it doesn't, you get today. And even today, like I said, he coached a win, technically. You still gave up the damn near three, you gave up damn near 3 XG, and the opponent had 30% possession. I'm gonna let that sink in. Just saying. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't even be disappointed. I'm laughing at this. I'm not a Barca fan, so this ain't really my situation, you know? But I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of Barcelona. What what are we doing now? What is the end goal? Because now you're 2 points behind Real Madrid. Not only are you 2 points behind Real Madrid, let's actually compare. Let's compare the run-ins, right? We talk about this game. I'm actually still surprised Yamal gets this high of a score. If you have a missed penalty, like that should be a lot bigger of a deal, in my opinion. I didn't think he was particularly inspiring today. 7.7 is crazy. I did not think he deserved that score, but these algorithms do whatever. But let's talk about the run-ins, okay? Barcelona now have Levante, should be a win, should be, right? Me and you both know, should be a win. Villarreal, should be a win, but if you're losing to Girona, you could lose to Villarreal. Gotta go to Bilbao, that's always tough. And then you got Sevilla. Obviously, they lost 4-1 to Sevilla, even though Sevilla overall hasn't been particularly great this season. Sevilla have shown that they can beat this team and handily. And uh then you gotta host Rayo Vallecano for the international break. And Vallecano, even I don't even think last time they played they won. I think it was a draw actually, but Vallecano was a tough game for Barcelona, right? And I actually think that game was the one there was like no VAR and there was like some integrity, like sporting integrity issues, etc. But this is a hard run in regardless. This is my point, right? Villarreal, Athletic Club Bilbao, Sevilla, Vallecano. This is a tough run in. Before you get to Atletico Madrid, you got to go to the Metropolitano, by the way, in that one. And then after that, you have pretty easier. I mean, Celta Vigo's not going to be easy, but you should beat them. Should be an easier, side of things before you get to Madrid on May 10th. But like the possibility to lose points is very high. Now you look at Madrid's running. Osasuna, Getafe, Celta Vigo, Elche. These are 3 points all over the board. All over the board. You know what I'm saying? Atletico Madrid might be tough. Atletico Madrid don't be winning at the Bernabeu, so even if you drop points there, you're looking at a draw probably. But then these are all like these are all winnable games. 6 points here. Betis might be the toughest game here. Outside of that Madrid derby, right? This should be a very nice schedule for Madrid, and obviously UCL ties can come into play here and rotations and whatnot, but Madrid should begin to the El Clasico in pretty good shape compared to Barcelona. The path is significantly easier. So this loss, very bad, very bad. And now you're looking, if you're Barcelona, you're looking at 2 points behind Madrid with a tough run in. No Pedri with that run in too, for the most part, right? It's man, man, oh man. Hansi Flick, help your team out. Help your team out. They can't do it, man. They can't do it, bro. Araujo can't hold that line, man. All right, Eric Garcia's having a tough time. He's struggling back there, brother. Gerard Martinez struggling back there, brother. Please, please, just give him some help. Give him a few feet at least. Hey, all right, guys. I'm gonna allow you to take 2, 3 steps back. All right, y'all can take 3 steps back. Like something, bro. I can't, man. This team is like a mistake. It's it's so funny because you know that meme where like it's like a real horse and then in the back there's like it's a sketch of a horse. That's what Barcelona looks like, And then the tail is a real tail because Joan Garcia is incredible. But nah, this can't last, man. How do you expect to win anything now? This is what we're getting to the point of. I'm very surprised that we're at this point actually because Barcelona to me is still by far and away the best team in Spain. But now we're having real questions, right? They could most likely lose out on the Copa del Rey. When you see their performances against Chelsea, PSG, you don't trust them to win in Europe. You really don't. And do you trust them to beat a Bayern? Do you trust them to beat an Arsenal? Do you even trust them to beat a Manchester City? You know, do you trust them to beat a Liverpool? I don't know. I really don't know. And then in Spain, now you're 2 points behind Madrid. You're gonna be leaving this season. I guess they won the Super Cup, so it's not trophyless, but it's basically trophyless, right? Because who cares about a Super Cup? Most teams would lose every Super Cup every year if they won the UCL this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing. Okay, so you're basically underperforming massively this season in terms of winning the big achievements if you don't get this together. This is a wake up call. Alarm bells should be ringing. And Hansi Flick, man, I've said it before. I said you went mad. You gotta rein it in. All right. Somebody's gotta talk to him and say, hey man, let's reassess, please. Because I don't know how Barcelona can continue like this. This this is not ethical. This is not ethical. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy, Ollie Foodie.